will see you guys back here real soon.
Has covered Layla's case on her Crime News Weekly podcast. I've been meaning to talk about it, and I'm so glad that you brought it up. She did an absolutely incredible job of covering the case, and she gave me a lot of praise for being so open and honest and transparent, because at the end of the day, all I really want is my daughter home, and I have been for the most part, but there are a few details about the months leading up to her disappearance that I have kept to myself. I've alluded to some of it, but I haven't gone into detail. So it's time for us to have another coffee and conversation. This is going to be a long one, and it's going to be a hard one for me. I do want to start out by saying the events that I'm about to discuss are going to be discussed from my perspective and my point of view. I can almost guarantee you that if you ask Layla or her boyfriend, they're going to give you somewhat of a different account of what happened. It's all perspective. And all I can do is give you the facts from my lens. The other disclaimer is that I didn't keep this from the public because I am embarrassed or ashamed of my daughter. I myself have been in recovery for 7 years. I'm not embarrassed. I am not ashamed. I simply worried that the judgment of others would conflict in my ability to share her story and get the word out. We've discussed how we lost my dad a couple years ago, and Layla took it pretty hard. We've discussed the whole traumatic situation with my son and his diabetes diagnosis in January. What we didn't discuss was that in December, I started to have concerns about Layla and her behaviors and started to wonder if there was something going on substance-wise with her around Christmas time. Did reach out to a family member who was kind of in that scene and asked some questions. What's going on with them, etc. I was told that it wasn't as big a deal as I was making it out to be, and that she was fine and everything was fine. At the end of February of this year, Layla's boyfriend was arrested. When he was arrested, Layla's cell phone that he had with him when he was driving around was confiscated by the police. Her boyfriend's family also put Layla out. They chose to blame her for his arrest for whatever reason. I'm not going to go into details about what all he was arrested for. I don't even know the exact details, to be completely honest with you. I don't want to say. A few days after her boyfriend was bonded out, my daughter called me early in the morning, crying hysterically. I haven't slept in days. We're staying with these crazy people. They're always fighting. Can we? I just need to sleep. I need a shower, etc. Absolutely. Where are you? I'm dropping off the kids at school and I'll be right there to get you. I pick them up, bring them back here. They slept for hours. I mean, probably until the next day about. They got up at one point to eat. They were starved. They were miserable. And I just remember feeling this like weight and darkness around them. The next few days go by and they don't smile. She is not herself. It's not a very pretty situation. And so I have all these concerns. By the end of the week, my concerns were confirmed. I won't go into detail right here, right now, exactly how that happened. I might be able to do that at a later date. I do feel like this is my daughter's story, and it's unfair for me to tell it. But with things being the way that they are, I do want to clear some things up. Upon confirmation of my worst fears, I told my kid right out here behind these doors behind me, we sat on the deck and we cried for an hour, maybe longer. And I begged her to stay here with me and let me get her clean and detoxed, or let me take her to a program. I told her I would detox her and her boyfriend together in my basement if I had to. I would research and I would get it done. I begged and begged and begged, and she had a plan, or so she thought, that she was going to be able to do it on her own. And I know from experience that early on in active addiction, you truly do believe that you have control and that you can stop when you want. And I'm telling you, y'all, this was very, very early on for her. This was all very, very new to her. I don't say that to say that because she was a newly addicted person, she deserves more love and help. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know that she really didn't know what she was getting herself into. Prior to this, Layla was anti-substances, right? She maybe partook in some of the devil's lettuce, but other than that, no, she kicked people out of her life for being addicted to pretty much anything. She was incredibly judgmental towards people in active addiction. I had put her through a lot in my years of, and if y'all want like a whole story time on that, I'll happily share it. It's just not the time and place right now. By the end of the conversation, I had to tell her that I couldn't have her in my home using those substances. Her brothers are here. Her baby is here. And I couldn't put them in danger. And I did feel like having that in the house was going to do just that. I did eventually end up applying for temporary custody of Nova Grace. There's a whole nother story that goes with that, and I'm not sure I'm ready to tell it. It's Nova Grace's business, and give me some time, please. I will say that it was about 6 weeks after I had discovered what I had discovered that I chose to petition the court for temporary custody. Our first court date was May 30th, I believe. And we had another court date set up for June 28th. And Layla went missing on June 27th. And the fact that she didn't show up to court that morning cemented within me that something was terribly wrong. Because I know her, and I know she would not just walk away from Nova Grace. Not in a million years, regardless of what other things were going on for her. When we cried on this back porch, most of the tears were because she didn't want Nova to have to go through the things that she did. And not just with me. I am not a perfect parent. I don't try to stand before you and say that I am flawless and that I had never messed up with my kids, because I still do it all the time. I've made big mistakes and small ones, and all I can continue to do is learn from the mistakes that I do continue to make. Try not to make the same ones twice. Yes, Layla was struggling mentally and with substances, but I don't believe that should deny any of us the chance to find her or the opportunity to fight to bring her home.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come here because I just got wind that Michael was arrested, and I didn't want the rumor mills running wild at what this could mean, or start speculating or anything like that. I wanted to come here with you guys and just speak directly to you guys. He's arrested for drug paraphernalia and stuff related to drugs. Okay. So it's nothing related to Layla Santinello. It's nothing related to them finding her. We're still keeping all of her, her and her family, her entire family in our prayers. She is absolutely still missing. There's nothing has changed too much in her case. But I just didn't, once I got wind that he was arrested, it worried me some, just because of the rumor mills. And I figured it would give an opportunity to give us, give Jennifer the floor so she can speak to you guys and tell you kind of what she went through with her daughter. Her daughter, Layla Santinello, has been missing since June 27th of this year. She went missing from Kingsport, Tennessee, blonde hair, brown eyes, 4'10, 115 pounds. She was last seen at the Marble Slab Creamery at the Eaststone Commons in Kingsport. There's not a whole lot of cameras out there. Um, she's, there's another girl missing. Her name's Holland Snap. While they knew some of the same people, we cannot find like a direct connection between them. Either way, with Layla Santinello, yes, the rumors are true. If you're starting to hear them, Michael has been arrested. He is in jail. I don't know if he has a bond, if he's bonded out. I don't know anything. All I know is it's related to drugs and absolutely has nothing whatsoever to do with the Layla Santinello case at this moment. So I just wanted to, I'm cooking. This is really going to be just a short and sweet live, just giving the floor to Layla Santinello. And again, I just got wind that he was arrested, and before the rumor mills start running wild, it's nothing in connection with Layla Santinello. I know the next question is how do we not know? We know the procedures of law enforcement. We know that typically, if something's going on, typically they arrest for low-hanging fruit. We've talked about that on this show many times. And why is this different? This is different because he is a drug addict. And I think whatever, they may be watching him. I don't know. Maybe he was doing some terrible things. Maybe they saw him going down the drains. I don't know what made them decide today to arrest him for narcotics. I have no idea why, but you saw his picture. He's not looking good. I think it was the right thing to do, if nothing more, for his health. I think he's on a very dangerous road right now. I hope that they keep him inside. They keep him in for a while so he is able to just get clean. Maybe getting clean might help him with some stuff, process some stuff around this. I'm pretty sure since his girlfriend's been missing, he's probably been very diluted, because we talk about, major trauma and how it does affect, especially addicts. It exacerbates the problem. And this might be just what's going on here. We don't really have a whole lot of information. I can say that this is a good thing. I don't want to see anything happen to Michael. I mean, to be honest with you, he's in a tough spot. He's, an addict. He is very dependent upon a specific substance. If nothing more, at least we know he's safe. He's going to be in, he's going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to take him to a hospital. They know what kind of stuff he's on. They're not just going to throw him in jail. At least that's not usual protocol for law enforcement. Typical protocol for law enforcement, especially with somebody like Michael, is most likely they are going to be going and getting some type of detox. They're going to be, I don't know if they have to be seen by a medical professional, but even in the jail, they have medical professionals there. They ask them if they're an addict, if they're addicted to anything, and they have a doctor write a prescription right there to help manage some of that the detoxing and stuff like that. So I don't know how it is. That's how it is here. I know how it is here because I'm heavily involved here. Different jurisdictions deal with it differently. I don't know how they're gonna deal with it with him, but he is on. You guys see the photo. I mean, it's on the thumbnail. He's not looking very good. Okay, these drugs are very horrible. They're killing our young kids. They're so cheap for our young kids to get a hold of. They give them an euphoric feeling, and kind of when you're young, you want to be free. You're under parents' thumb and you're wanting your independence, and you get kind of sucked into something. And especially the people that really have bad environments. And it sounds like Michael has been raised in a very, 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 very bad environment from his mother. His whole entire family they just never have broke that cycle. It's not and it's sad because, in all fairness, it's not Michael's fault that he is in the situation that he's in, because it is, it's the lifestyle he learned from my understanding, from his family, and they've learned it from their family. It has been a never-ending cycle of addictive behavior in Michael's family. So it's just, it's hard. It's hard right now. It's really hard. But I just want you guys to know it has to do with drugs. I've got to get back to cooking. Tonight's my night for dinner for the neighbors. So I am making a meal. At least it's not raining outside. I would like to try that jacket out, though. That reminds me. I keep forgetting. I threw this in the toy because it was in such a small box. I just naturally assumed it was a toy for Grayson. So I get a little message from November Rain saying, because obviously from Amazon you see when it's delivered. Well, I didn't know. So I tell you what, I am cleaning up. Look at this. It's full. It folds away. It's a huge bag. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a huge bag, and it folds away. Look at this. What? It can go right in my backpack. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry about that. Grayson almost got that pink bag. I'm glad she said something, because I would have been I guess I would have, because I'm going to be going through everything, making sure everything is accounted for, making sure that, because I'm going to try to get that down this week, all of Grayson's stuff. So I want to send Layla's mom a Christmas card. That would probably be the P.O. box. It sounds like would be a perfect place, Amy. And that's on the screen right now. If you want to get a pen and paper, I'll just leave it up there. And guys, that's for everybody else. If you guys would like to participate and light it up for Layla, you can. I could promise you, Layla's mom is going through a lot. It's the holidays. This is the first holidays that she's had to go without her daughter. I can't even imagine what this is like for her. I really can't. It's not that I'm unsympathetic to George and Brittany, but most of the holidays were spent with Jen, and so I kind of understand. It's a mother thing. She's mom, and it's not that I'm trying to take away from them. It's just that Jen is mom, and I'm sure everybody understands that. And I can't imagine a mother going without her daughter for Christmas and not knowing where she's at and desperately trying to find answers. And so what Layla's mom would like to do for this holiday is she wants to light it up for Layla. She wants to do a beautiful light display in her daughter's honor. So if you would like to participate, this is the address you can send your donations to, lights, anything that you would like to get to them for the display. This would be a perfect place to send it right there. The P.O. Box 1835, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, 37645-1835. That is the best way to send those packages. Also, if you would like to give a cash contribution or help with the PI and other initiatives, please consider going to the GoFundMe page. This is also where she has been raising the money for the reward fund. So if you would like to donate to that, please consider donating to that. And if you just want to help her, just her, this is the best way you can do that. So that's really all I have for this. I just didn't want the rumors. I got this, and I know how social media can be. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that he was arrested on drug charges. This is unconnected to Layla Santanella, that we still don't know where she is. We still don't have any information. We are still seeking help from the public to please call in, have a backbone, say something. If you know something, it is my understanding that there are multiple people that have information about this case. And there are multiple people that have information about this case that had nothing to do with it, that literally have nothing to do with it. They just know information. Please come forward. If anybody has direct information and you don't want to be known, please call in an anonymous tip at 1-800-TBI-FIND. That's 1-800-TBI-FIND. Again, this is related to anything, any information you may have, even as insignificant as you may think it is. If you know anything, even a scintilla, if you know where she was during the hours that we have no account for her, she was somewhere before she made it to the marble slab, unless she was hiding. But we want to know. Reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND, 1-800-TBI-FIND, if you have any information. If you know Jen and you have something you would like to tell her about the case. She is ultra responsive. She is on just about every social media platform imaginable. Reach out to her. Help. Just help. It's been too long. It's been entirely too long. It is Christmas time. It's time to let the weight off. I can't imagine the weight of knowing information like that. It's got to be really eating at somebody's soul and their mind. This person or people may even be having problems sleeping because of it, because of the knowledge that they have. I can promise you, when you purge yourself of a weight that doesn't belong to you, you'll find how much easier it is to sleep at night. If you know something, come forward. God bless you.